The College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks Episode 4, Tuesday, December 27th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Networks, presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET is what you need to win. Sign up today. Bet $100. Get a $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by our mini helmet contest. Yes, the SGP mini helmets are now in the store, and we are giving one away for free. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/helmet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/helmet.
This is Martin Cleese, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome back to the College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks Episode 4, Tuesday, December 27th. I'm sure your bellies are full, you reek of alcohol, you smell like Christian Slater, but we appreciate you. You know, it's okay. That's standard around this time of year. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink, and I don't have stress, and I'm healthy.
Oh, man. I've missed you. Somewhat. I was a little sick, so I needed to get right. Made sure I was doing some Jaeger bombs with NyQuil, and I got back on track. I am joined by my co-host. This guy was he was at dinners last time. He was sitting there whining and dining. You know, give it up for former video coordinator for Bob Huggins at West Virginia, and Frank Martin at South Kakalaki, the host of the Ryan and Rush Show, host of the NFL Gambling Podcast. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre. How you doing, brother?
Boom. We are back from Christmas break. Finally, time for the second half of college basketball. Let's go, man.
Oh, man. I mean, look, they should have given us a little bit more games like today. Come on.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on? All right. But we had that little dust up in Hawaii, and wow, first off, I guess we should just cue this up.
It's a hard ticket to Hawaii. It's not paradise all the time. It's a hard ticket to Hawaii.
It's incredibly a hard ticket to Hawaii when you're in a tournament that features the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, because they get it done. They go 3-0. They beat SMU at the buzzer. What a game. What a game. What a stocking stuffer. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and call it that, a stocking stuffer right there. I mean, the Rainbow Warriors are now 9-3, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They were 4 of 14 from 3. But yet the big one, the absolute big one, goes in to win 58-57 against even SMU was a surprise. Both the teams kind of surprised teams in the final. I think coming into it, everyone thought, oh, well, Utah State, you got Iona and Rick Minuteman Pitino, or even Washington State. You're thinking, oh, Kyle Smith's team's not terrible, or the Pepperdine Waves, perhaps. No. Hawaii gets it done, and the Big West might be a whole lot of fun this year. Because when you look at UC Irvine, when you look at UC Santa Barbara, even Long Beach State, Cal Baptist, and UC Riverside, you got a pretty nice conference. You add in Hawaii to that mix. Did you catch this game? And what'd you make of the Rainbow Warriors, if so?
Oh, yeah. I've watched this game. Fantastic finish. Thank God it was on because I did not want to watch the NBA from start to finish. So I glanced at the NBA for a minute. I was like, I've had enough of this. I'm going to watch Hawaii SMU. And great win. I mean, for them to win 3 games in 3 days, protect home court, they're 9-3. They'll be right in the mix, I think, in the Big West now that we're in league play.
Yeah, and I see the chat here. James Hovey says, glad you guys are back. Shit got so bad I had to bet an NBA game. Did you win at least? Did you win at least? Just give me some good news there. But yeah, that's tough times. I mean, look.
Yeah. I love Moonoff, love Terrell, love Scott, love all those guys over at the NBA Gambling Podcast. But college hoops, NBA is not even in the same planet as college basketball.
Well, they're not even the same sport to me.
Yes, agreed.
You can watch multiple college basketball games where, like, I mean, you could see one where with, I don't know, 100 points, but you could also see one with 46 points. It's just different. It's like not the same sport. It's not like NFL and college football. I think NFL and college football is more closer to where it's like college basketball and NBA. It's like, no, they're not the same fucking sport. They're not.
It just feels like the NBA is just all about entertainment. It's like just like a circus, and then college hoops, there's so much passion. Every game, every play matters. And then the NFL, I think maybe because the season's so short, it can be somewhat near the passion of college football in a way, like you said. But the NBA is so long; they play so many games. It's like it's just an entertainment.
I want to tell this story for me. I haven't really watched the NBA in like years. Yeah. What happened? I used to be a hardcore NBA guy back in the day, but I was gifted free tickets, like awesome tickets, man. Like someone out here in Malibu ended up getting me. I got some tickets that were like on the hardwood. Like I've never had that before. Where like your feet, I had everything paid for. So that was awesome. I was eating like fucking, I don't know, lobster or some shit on the hardwood, drinking Johnny Blue. But I went to a Rockets Clippers game. Honestly, the seats were like fucking 5Gs or 10Gs or something. I don't even know. Right. But I'm telling you, like, celebrities were right there. Like, we're basically where Jack Nicholson sits, but for a Clipper game. Right.
Yeah.
And this is when they had DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin and, you know, kind of an exciting team. They kind of sucked every year, but like somewhat exciting. And like they'd make the playoffs. Yeah, they would make the playoffs but lose every year. And then they were playing the Rockets with who was Josh Smith and obviously what's my guy's name from Arizona State that I'm drawing a blank on right now? James Harden.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this game, man. I've watched a lot of fucking basketball over the year, and I'm sitting there like, this is going to be awesome to watch this front row because you're really going to be able to see how athletic the game is and how just dynamic the game is. And I was really excited for that. And then I went and watched it, and I thought it was the laziest fucking game I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, like I was like, these motherfuckers aren't even trying. The only one, Patrick Beverly. I'll give credit to him because I felt like that he was going 100%. He was going 100%, but everyone else, it was like a game of horse. It was like a gigantic game of horse to me. I felt like Blake Griffin was not fully trying. I feel like DeAndre Jordan wasn't fully trying. Like James Harden wasn't even trying to play defense. I'm sitting there like this experience. Like I'm glad these tickets are free, but like this is I'm kind of out. Like that was like kind of the final straw I think for me, and I was just like, you know what, I don't really fuck with the NBA anymore because it just seems like they don't give a shit. And then obviously like that we talked about Kelvin Sampson's statements or with a Frank Vogel thing with LeBron a few years ago. I don't know. It's just not entertaining to me. I don't know. I mean, what do you ever see what I felt essentially? Do you see like half-ass efforts?
Yeah, the reason I even watch the NBA is just because I've a couple former guys that I've been associated with that are in the NBA. So I'll just check in, like Javon Carter from West Virginia with the Bucks, or Miles McBride with the New York Knicks. But I feel like also they're so talented that it also just like, I don't know, it's like the effort's not there that the same level that in college basketball. And you touch on James Harden, like I'm getting ready. I'm Christmas Day, and I see a headline come across the line like James Harden would be interested in going back to the Houston Rockets in the offseason. I'm like, wait a minute, haven't the Sixers won like 9 in a row, and they're like in the middle of the Eastern Conference like playoff race? But he wants to go to the Rockets, who are like in the basement of the West. Like, it's always about the offseason with the NBA.
Oh yeah, the players have way too much power, and
No
look, I
doubt.
know most owners are fucking scumbags and stuff, but I think you need to have, like, it's way too much power. But like Ben Simmons, whole Ben Simmons saga was like, oh my fucking God, like, I don't know, I just can't get in, man. I can't get in. I know some of the chat might be NBA fans, so more power to you, whatever you like. I'm just telling it, for me, like, I used to be a fucking diehard. I had the NBA package when that shit was really hard to fucking actually get. Had to have not even DirecTV. Who was their rivals? Dish. Had to have Dish Network early on. Yeah.
You gotta wipe off the satellite when it would snow too much.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be up there with Windex. All right, just fucking.
The old man sends you out. Go wipe off the satellite. The damn signal's not coming through.
Saying so. But yeah, I mean, so college hoops wise, Hawaii looked really good. Utah State, I was actually, for Christmas, I kind of rolled, man. I hit on Seattle against GW. I bet I hit on Iona against Pepperdine. I hit on Utah State against Washington State. I hit on Hawaii. The only one I lost was DePaul and Creighton.
By half a point.
Boy, did Michael Crichton need those 2 wins right before by Christmas. To get things back going. So, what do you make of any of those results?
I mean, I was shocked that Iona blew the 15-point lead against SMU. We both were on Iona from the beginning. I locked up Iona 3 straight days, so I went 2-1 on Iona Rick Pitino games, but I thought they were going to win the tournament. Good bounce back with 2 wins out there, though. Washington State, they were okay as well. Looking at what Utah State did, they walk away as well, going 2-1. So a good showing for the Aggies after that devastating loss to Weber State that ended their perfect season.
Yeah. All right. Well, fuck. It's a short slate. Let's hop into it.
We're back.
Before we hop into it, I do want to say that the college basketball experience on WynnBET is brought to you by WynnBET. Yes, WynnBET is the official online sportsbook of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network and the college basketball experience. WynnBET is active in a bunch of states, and there are tons of ways to win, including live betting and same game parlays. Plus, for the hashtag DGens only, try your luck at WynnBET's Parlay Wheel. Yes, you got to check that out. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older, or in present in the state where they play. If you or someone has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. We're also brought to you by the SGPN Mini Helmet Contest. Don't forget to enter the SGP Mini Helmet Contest from now until the end of the year. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/helmet to enter. That sportsgamblingpodcast.com/helmet. All right, man, no daytime games. These scumbags.
Ridiculous.
Fucking it up here. Make me president of college football and college basketball. I'm telling you. I got the remedy, folks. All right, I'll save it all. First game is actually College of St. Elizabeth. They are a team to watch out for as they take on NJIT. Don't have a line on that one. Also have Georgia Southwest taking on Jacksonville State. Don't have a line on that one. Shout out to I love Young Wiz 07.
The Rain Ruined Dish Network. Put them out of business.
Very true. Very true. But for a little while there, back in my NBA. I mean, I always watch college hoops, but I mean, college hoops is actually. I'm one of the ones that will say like it's actually better now than it was. Like I know your average fan will be like, no, in the early 90s it was the best, or the mid 90s. Look, I loved it in the mid 90s, but I actually think it's better now. I think it's stronger now. You saw it with there's more parity. The transfer portal, I think, makes it healthier. So I'm one that actually thinks the game is better now than it was, say, 20 years ago. Jacksonville goes to Notre Dame. Now our first game on the slate. And, I mean, I'm seeing this number has crept.
Yeah.
Are you seeing I'm seeing a solid 8.5 points right now?
Yeah, I got it at 6.5 yesterday, but yeah, now seeing it at 8.5. Wow. What do you think here? I'm thinking Notre Dame, losers of 3 in a row going into the Christmas break, leaving a bad taste in their mouth. I think they come back and get right off the Christmas break, even though Jacksonville has been pretty solid.
Not me, man. I'm on the Jacksonville Dolphins. I think, yes, they struggle to shoot. I think they're the more athletic team.
That could
and
be
I think that can cause problems. So I will start things off locking up the Dolphins plus 8.5. Let's go. So you're on the Irish, right?
I'm on the Irish. I really like it at 6.5. 8.5, it starts getting a little bit pricey, as they say.
I'll be honest, 6.5 had me sweating a little bit there. I was like,
yeah.
8.5. I'm like, man, I don't know who they think Notre Dame is.
Yeah.
I mean, do I got to go through the schedule here and just say, what? They started things off with a 3-point win against Radford. I mean, I personally think Jacksonville's better than Radford. 7-point win against Youngstown. Okay, maybe you can convince me Youngstown is better than Jacksonville. Still, though, 1-point win against Lipscomb. They lost to St. Bonaventure, lost to Syracuse, beat Boston University by 6. I mean, I think Jacksonville's a lot better than Boston University. They lost to Georgia by 15. They lost to Florida State. I get it. Mike Bray's a good coach, but this team hasn't shown any signs of life for me. I'm gonna take the points there. Next up, the Northwestern State Demons. Wow, this line's gone up. 17.5 points in College Station. Dude, what the fuck am I missing here? Should we bet this one?
I'm same logic here. A&M had the embarrassing loss to Wofford. Buzz stewed over Christmas. I think they come back and get right here. I think I'm gonna ride that narrative on this first night of college basketball. But I mean, Northwestern State, they did play Baylor competitive the other night.
No, I mean, there's no way I can take A&M. I'm taking Northwestern State. The question is whether I bet it or not. Give me the Demons plus the points. Moving along. I mean, they just keep doing this to us. Dogs are barking. South Carolina State's catching 29.5 points in Lubbock. Now, we've been burned on State a couple times this year. They're 2-12. But damn it, at times they look good. Last time they played Texas Tech, they lost by 62. But that was in 2014. And now things are different when you enter United Supermarkets Arena. All right? There's a blue light special over in the South Carolina State section. Give me the points. I'm taking the 29.5. I believe I almost thought about locking this thing up, but they've burned me so many fucking times. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I know. South Carolina State, they were right there with Longwood the whole time. And then Eric Martin gets ejected, and then the wheels just fall off. I kind of lean to the Bulldogs with the big 30 number here. So, yeah, because, I mean, Texas Tech, they got Big 12 play on deck with TCU on Saturday.
Yeah, I think you got to take it. Got to take
it.
Then we have...
you know what? I'll lock up the Bulldogs. Let's go.
All right. You fucking sold me on a slate where I'm looking for action. Let's fucking go. Texas A&M Commerce He's heading into Austin, Texas. What a statement, by the way.
That thing keeps getting better.
Damn it. I wish I had that on hand right now. I would read that thing. Chris Beard's fiance said there was a statement issued by the University of Texas saying, I was not thinking my husband didn't hit me. No, I didn't mean the cops took it the wrong way. When I said he choked me, he didn't actually choke me. He was just scratching me. He was pretending to choke me. I don't know. It seems like a bunch of lawyers got to her. She might have a bag of cash that she received on Christmas Day. Either way. So they didn't reinstate him, though. So.
No, I know.
Give me the 30 points in Commerce. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I kind of like the points here. Although, man, Commerce just lost to IUPUI. You know what? That's just a bad taste. They bounce back. They'll lose by 27 to Texas. No, I'm taking the favorites cut that were had an embarrassing loss going into the break. So Texas and Texas Tech rolled into the break.
I'm taking the points all day, man.
Yeah, let's go points.
This is day of the dogs, man. Dog day afternoon. All right. Yeah, I see the chat saying that it's such a cover up and payoff. Yeah, it's pretty fucking obvious. Well, Texas,
no doubt.
I think I read the book on it. Oh, man, I wish I could remember the name of this title, but if anyone's familiar with SMU football in the 80s, when they got the death penalty, when they had Eric Dickerson and Craig James and Michael Carter and Jerry Ball and all these great players, they were coming up fast and they were paying and they were cheating their ass off, right? Like there was no doubt about it. But every other school in the state of Texas was paying them too. Like Eric Dickerson got like a gold car on a recruiting trip from Texas A&M, right? But the University of Texas in this book, like, was taught. It was, I got to track down the title of that, but I thought it was fascinating because, like, SMU didn't deserve the death penalty because everyone else was doing it. They picked SMU because it was a newcomer to like the good old boys party, right? And University of, I believe the governor of Texas at the time was a Texas alum. So there's a lot of speculation that University of Texas was behind that because they felt threatened that SMU is going to essentially, be able to pay for national championships, kind of like what Alabama, LSU, all these other schools do.
All the SEC does.
Hence, they're joining the SEC.
SEC, it means more. Pays more, means more.
Yeah, exactly. But that shit's gonna change with NIL, man. I think it's changing.
No
oh, now that it's legal, shit is changing. Final game on the slate is the best game on the slate. Seton Hall traveling to good old Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Watch out for the cheese curds and fucking just tons of cheap beer. Wisconsin or Milwaukee specifically is a town that's really hard to be sober in. I don't know that it's possible. I would love to know if there's any sober people in the history of Milwaukee. Seton Hall's catching 7 at Marquette. Marquette is ranked. Shaka Smart's got them ranked. They're way better than what we thought they would be, but 7. Marquette's coming off that double overtime loss to Ed Cooley at Providence. Seton Hall, meanwhile, coming off a 3-point loss to Xavier. They've lost a couple in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the Pirates. I'm on the Pirates plus the 7. And I say sprinkle a little bit on that money line. You?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I love the Pirates here. Looking at, 2 Big East losses are 0-2. Those 2 losses are combined by 7 points. 2 basically one possession losses of Providence and Xavier. And Marquette, they've been solid. They're overachieving under Shaka Smart in year 2 compared to what we thought they would be. They're coming off the double overtime loss. 2 desperate teams that want to get a win here. I'll take the points in that situation. This is a game I think that comes right down to the wire.
Yeah. And I'm seeing the board. They're saying 8.5 points. I don't see 8.5.
I'll take that. I saw 7.5 as the biggest one.
Yeah, I see 7.5. I'm looking at the board right now.
I'll lock up the Pirates.
I'm with you. Let's go.
Let's lock it up.
Big East basketball. It's going to be a game. Let's go. That's our slate. I was thinking maybe we get a little creative here with a little parlay.
Yep.
For me, I'm thinking we go Dolphins, the Jacksonville Dolphins plus the points. Then I think we go South Carolina State plus the points and Seton Hall plus the points parlayed. I wouldn't mind it at Northwestern State because Texas A&M's kind of been up and I could totally see a scenario where Northwestern State beats A&M, but A&M's kind of been all over the place this year. Colorado beat them by like 50, I feel like. So I could still see A&M being capable of winning that thing. But yeah, I think if we parlay Jacksonville, maybe round robin. What about a little Jacksonville? I know you're not on Jacksonville, but I was going to say Jacksonville Seton Hall money line play.
Yeah, Notre Dame has laid eggs at home this year. Or they've been almost nearly knocked off time and time again. You read off what they've already done against these mid-majors.
Jacksonville's such a fucking bad shooting team. It's like if they could just shoot a little bit better, I feel they're they're a really bad fucking they're a really bad, 3-point shooting team. I'm still with it though. Look, there's not a ton out there. So I like the parlay angle and I also like the money line angle just to throw a few bucks at that money line parlay of Jacksonville and Seton Hall. How about yourself?
I'm looking at a mini parlay tomorrow night. Maybe just parlay the Bulldogs and Pirates together. Probably get that a plus 270. Those two together.
I love Keith Landry in the chat saying
under
the sea parlay. We might have to get some stuff working on that,
there, baby.
Oh man, yeah. Come to the sea down under. Let's go. So that's what if I had to rank these in order of the locks that I like best. I actually do believe it would be Seton Hall number 1.
Agreed.
Number 2 would be for me. I think it's Jacksonville for me. 3 being South Carolina State. 4 would be Northwestern State, and 5 would be Commerce. How about you?
Yeah, no, I would definitely go Seton Hall number 1. I think that game comes right. That's just a Big East. That's going to be a physical game. Comes right down the wire. South Carolina State number 2, and those are my only 2 locks. If I had to, I think Commerce can keep this within 30 of Texas, but I don't feel great about it, and I really don't feel that great about Notre Dame and A&M either.
Yeah.
It's easy to see a tide turn.
Let's go. Shout out to Keith Landry in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hope you guys had a absolutely wonderful Christmas and wonderful holidays. Hopefully you're still out of work. You're sipping some eggnog with some rum, kicking back, enjoying these holidays. And we got a big time. Wednesday slate.
Yes.
But I don't know. I'm just saying if you guys are out celebrating and not listening or barely listening, well, fuck you guys. No, I'm joking. Happy holidays. And Wednesday slate's gigantic. Thursday slate's fun. Really, the rest of the New Year's Eve is fire. Absolute fire. So let's go. All right, folks. Until then, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. Go over there. What do you got? Look, this is the season of giving, all right? Which is why you should give us 5 stars over at iTunes. It takes a fucking minute out of your day. Just a minute out of your day. It's the holidays. You're not doing shit. You're watching Christmas Story for the 30th fucking time. Just get on over there and give us a nice little review, all right? I did see this story, by the way, and the chat's talking about and your meth. So Seattle, a canine found $10 million worth of meth, fentanyl, and heroin at a traffic stop in Seattle. We might have to really be talking about no more Huntington, West Virginia. It might be more Seattle, maybe even Pullman, maybe wherever what is it, Cheney, Washington, where Eastern Washington's at? Wow. $10 million.
A little bit of a dust up there.
Yeah, that guy, that's tough right there. I don't know that you're going to make it out alive in prison there. $10 million. You lost $10 million of someone's money. Well, I don't know that the dog will make it out of that. Look, that's a lot of money right there. But anyway, that's a little dust up there. So we might have to highlight the state of Washington as our new Bring Your Meth capital in America. Shout out to them. But no, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. Please hop on over there. Give us a 5-star review. And also check out the College Football Experience because we got the Invitational. The 4-team Invitational is coming up. Plus a shit ton of bowl games with like 75 players out. We will cover it all as well as obviously the coaching carousel is crazy. Transfer portal, national signing day just happened. We got you covered on the College Football Experience. Subscribe over there. Also, the College Baseball Experience is going into full swing soon. Conference previews. Noah Beanick's he's a legend. All right. So check out all those. We come together as one on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience. And then you got all of Moneyline Mac's work here. You got to check out the Ryan and Rush show. He took down the banner. All right. Didn't want to grace the new house with the brand new championship. All right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Took down the banner. But yeah, check out the Ryan and Rush show. Check out the NFL Gambling Podcast. Obviously, the NFL season rolling along. And check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. Get that SGPN app for free in the App Store or Google Play Store. Come talk college hoops with us in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Shout out to all you guys in the chat. Honestly, have a wonderful holidays, or hopefully you're already having a wonderful holidays. And we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
When I spit my darts, you get ripped apart. Save the cookie cutter butter for 106 apart. Cause of your liquor will I sip your heart. You never dumb it down, dog. If you're smart, I throw out a couple of lines. Fighters are quick to cross. Fishy you on a dick to lie. Piss you off, it goes tits and paws, lips and jaws. I use my common sense to see the bitch and all. Good thing you got the market corner. Kids and malls. Rip the rag carpet as you slip and fall off. Another career spear. Thanks to trying to block. You get an A for effort and an F for shut the fuck up. Here's a hint. Put down the mic, you catch a glimpse. And keep them eyes wide when you see me. Mics, I seize them. So when you see him, you got a good reason to look. Catch a glimpse. A lot of these heads need to improve their improv. Talent's not a program you download and install. Quality spread through hard work, no involved. My peers respect me cause I'm genuinely involved. Beyond gathering names to build up my buddy list. You decide friendships and pounds of suicide and bloody risk. Come equipped or leave empty-handed. They don't call me Steez for nothing. See the camera? Smile. Click. Here comes the picture. You act like a child. Manhood don't fit ya. I'll break your own style. Down to a bumper sticker. And never need a gun to lift ya. Here's a hint. Put down the mic and catch a glimpse. And keep them eyes wide when you see me. Mics, I seize them. So when you see him, you gotta go reason to look. Catch